counsel or not, and that you'll interpret from Mandarin into English all statements made on the record by the designated interpreter party to the best of your skill and ability, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Good afternoon. This is FC 2022-090302, matter of Liu and Yu. Counsel, if you could please announce for the record. You may be muted, Counsel.
Good afternoon, Judge. Tina Harding appearing on behalf of Ms. Liu, who is also present virtually.
Good afternoon.
这是律师代表Liu就是透过就是虚拟来出庭。
Truckman appearing for Alex Yu, who is present.
Good afternoon.
这是 Alex 的律师。
And Madam Interpreter, if you could state your name for the record.
This is Grace Ong, the Mandarin interpreter.
Thank you. And Madam Clerk, if we could have the parties sworn, please.
Yes, please raise your right hand.
请你举起你的右手。
You and each of you do solemnly swear the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
您宣誓你所做的证词完完全全是属实的，没有半句虚言。上帝帮助你。
I didn't hear a response from either party.
Yes.
官没有听到你们的回应。刘小姐，您要说是。
Unmute yourself, Miss Liu.
Sorry.
Unmute yourself.
刘小姐，请你把你的静音关掉。
是的。
Yes.
Thank you to you both. We are here on a temporary orders hearing.
我们今天是为了这个暂时的命令来开庭。
The court has reviewed the pretrial statements.
本法官看过就是预审前的资料。
And understands that legal decision making.
了解到就是说法律的那个决定。
Parenting time.
就是亲子的时间。
Child support.
就是赡养费。
Spousal maintenance.
然后就是律师费。
Property issues.
就是赡养费以及这个财产的分配。
And attorney's fees.
以及律师费。
Are all at issue during this hearing, which can only last 1 hour.
就是通通都是我们要这个开会也要讨论的事情，但是我们只有1个小时的时间。
The parties can be allocated approximately 25 minutes each.
就是各方面呢，各方就是会有20分钟的时间。
And before the court turns this over to counsel and the parties, the court wanted to inquire whether any agreements had been reached.
就是在我把时间交给双方的时候，我想要知道你们有没有哪一方面是已经达成协议的？
No, Judge.
没有。
And is that your understanding as well, Ms. Frickman?
Yes, Your Honor.
所以另外一方也是没有达成协议。
As I believe it was Ms. Liu's motion for temporary orders, she may begin, and you may begin, Ms. Harding, presenting your case. And again, each side will have 25 minutes.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt for 1 second.
Yes.
My father also filed a temporary orders motion.
爸爸也就是提出申请，就是暂时的命令的申请。
And who was first in time, Mother?
Mother.
Yeah.
Would it make sense for Mother to go first?
Yes, I just wanted to make sure the court was aware.
Thank you, Counsel.
就是妈妈会有优先权，因为妈妈就是有提出申请。
Miss Liu, what's your relationship to respondent?
刘小姐，您跟庄里的那个关系是什么呢？
是 Tony 吗？
Tony?
What's your relationship to Mr. Yu?
他是
您的跟右先生的关系是什么呢？
是夫妻。
We are husband and wife.
Okay. And do you have a child?
您有小孩吗？有一个小孩吗？
有一个儿子4岁。
Yes, we have a son, 4 years old.
Okay. And what's his name?
他的名字是什么呢？
Clarence Yu。
Clarence Yu.
Okay. And for legal decision making, are you asking that the court award the parties joint legal decision making with you having final decision making authority?
就是关于就是法律上的做决定您是要求法官给你们就是双方共同的做决定，但是最终的决定还是由您来做，是不是？
Yes，是。
And
Yes，
let's talk about some of the reasons why.
让我们谈一谈您的理由是什么？
Has there been multiple acts of domestic violence against you from father?
就是有没有就是
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
I'll overrule the objection and allow the witness to answer.
就是过去是不是有好几次呢？就是爸爸对你有暴力的那种行为呢？
是。
Yes.
I want to talk about some of the things that occurred. When was the last time that you and father had a physical altercation?
就是让我们讲一下，就是说过去发生的事情呢。您最后一次跟爸爸呢有这种肢体上的冲突是什么时候
？2021年的12月15日。
December 15 of 2021.
What happened?
是发生什么事情呢？
他喝了酒，然后扔东西，骂我。
He drank liquor, and then he was throwing things around, and he was scolding me.
Is that the only time that he threw things around in the house?
那是唯一一次他乱扔东西吗？在家里？
不是。
No.
No.
How often did he drink and throw things in the house?
就是多频繁呢？就是他喝酒然后扔东西呢？在家里？
每天喝酒。
He drinks every day.
Okay. I want you to look at what's been marked as Exhibit 10. Is this a text exchange between you and father?
我想请你看，就是这个证物第10号exhibit 就是附件这个是不是您跟爸爸的一个就是你们的资讯的信息的沟通？
是。
Yes.
Is the time frame?
This text message says at the top it's between mother and father's mother.
My copy of the exhibit says the same thing.
就是爸爸跟那个爸爸跟妈妈的沟通。
是他妈妈。
Miss Lou, is this between you and father, or is this between you and father's mother?
刘小姐，这个是您跟爸爸的信息的沟通，还是说这个爸爸跟爸爸的妈妈的信息的沟通？
是跟爸爸的妈妈的信息的沟通。
It's with the father's mother.
Okay. I'm gonna move on. So I want you to look at what's been marked as exhibits 11 and 12.
我请你看，就是说第11号跟12号的附件。
Did you take your car to Honda?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Council?
Did you take your car to Honda?
你有把你的车到 Honda 去吗？
是。
Yes.
Why?
为什么？
因为我被跟踪。
Because I was being stalked.
Okay. And did they find a tracking device on your car?
他们有找到，就是说你的 的在您的车上有找到追踪的仪器吗？
是的。
Yes.
Is Exhibit 11 pictures of the tracking device that was on your vehicle?
第11号的那个附件，那是不是就是您车上的追踪的仪器呢？
是的。
Correct.
Move to admit Exhibit 11.
Any objection?
就是
No objection.
要求就第11号附件呢成为呈堂的证物，然后没有反对的。
Exhibit 11 is admitted.
法官接受。
Is Exhibit 12 the receipt from when they removed the tracking device from your vehicle?
就是第12号附件呢，是不是就是他们帮你把那个追踪的仪器拿掉，然后这个是收据。
是的。
Correct.
Move to admit Exhibit number 12.
Any objection?
No objection.
Exhibit 12 is
要
admitted.
求第12号附件呢成为呈堂证物，然后没有反对的。
Miss Liu, you said you were being stalked. Why do you think you were being stalked?
刘小姐，您提到说您被跟踪了哦，为什么您觉得您是被跟踪呢？
我在儿子去参加游泳课，没有人知道那个学校。我离开学校之后，我就收到学校的短信说 Alex 到学校去问儿子的上课时间，我有那个学校发给我的短信。
Yeah, I took my son for the swimming class, and no one knows about that. But then I received a text from the school that Alex went to the school to ask for my son's schedule. I have the text message with me.
Is that what's been marked as Exhibit number 7?
那个是第7号的附件，是不是？
是。
Yes, correct.
Is this a text exchange dated February 12, 2022?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Is this a text message dated February 12, 2022?
OK， 这个信息是日期是2月12号2022年，对不对？
是。
Yes.
Move to admit Exhibit number 7.
Any objection?
是要求第11号成为呈堂证物，没有反对。
Who is Jean? I'm sorry, who is Jude?
谁是 June？
谁是 June？ 谁是 June？
Are you looking at Exhibit number 7?
您看到您现在在看第7号的附件吗？
他是swimming， 他是那个游泳学校的老板发的信息给我。
Oh, that's the owner of the swimming school that the text was sent to me.
Okay. Did he tell you that father came to the school and was asking questions and told the school not to tell you about it?
他有没有告诉你说爸爸有到学校去，然后爸爸也要求他不要告诉您这个事情？
是的。
Yes, correct.
Was that concerning to you?
所以这是不是让您觉得很担心？
是。
Yes.
Did father reach out to you to ask about was the child in swimming?
就是爸爸有没有试图跟您联系，问您这方面的事情呢？
没有。
No.
Was there a time that you ran into father in a grocery store?
有一次您在就是超级市场看到爸爸？
是
About when was that? I'm sorry. About when was that?
大概什么时候呢？
我搬出来没几天。
After several days after I moved out.
Okay. And what happened when you ran into father in the grocery store?
当您碰见爸爸在超级市场上碰见爸爸的时候，发生了什么事情呢？
我进超市大概10分钟，他突然出现，他把孩子抓起来，然后孩子很害怕，就一直看着我，眼睛看着我，叫妈妈妈妈，他怕爸爸把他给带走了。
他把孩子抓起来吗？
从那个购物车里抓起来抱走，就不还给我。
Okay. After I got into the grocery store about 10 minutes, I ran into him and he grabbed the child from the shopping cart. And my child was really afraid and kept calling Mama, Mama, because he was afraid that Dad will take him away.
Did father put him down?
爸爸有没有把他放下来？
没有给我。
He didn't give it to me.
What had to happen for father to release the child?
是要怎么做才能让爸爸就是把孩子放开呢？
我说律师可以安排孩子见面，然后他才冷静，然后把孩子放在了购物车里，这样，但是
I told him that I could have the attorney arrange so he could see the child. Then he started to come down and left the child put the child into the shopping cart.
Was the child frightened?
小孩子很害怕吗？
是他很紧张，他一直看着我眼睛。
Yes, he was very nervous. He kept looking at my eyes.
After you left the grocery store with the child, what did you learn?
当你离开那个超级市场的时候，您就是得知什么，知道什么消息？
我发现我的狗不见了，我放在我车里的狗狗不见了。
Yeah, I found out that the dog that I left in my car was missing.
Okay. And did you become aware that father took the dog out of the car?
然后你是不是发现爸爸把那个就是狗狗从车上带走了？
是的，他有另外一把钥匙。
Yes, yeah, he had another key for the car.
Have we repeatedly asked for him to return the dog?
你有没有就是不停的要求叫他就是把狗狗还给你？
是的。
Yes.
Has he agreed to return the dog?
他有没有同意把狗还给你？
没有同意。
No, he didn't.
Are you asking the court to declare you the primary residential parent and have father have parenting time Wednesday afternoon from 3 p.m. until 7 and every other Saturday or Sunday?
是你是不是有要求，就是说您是就是主要的这个小孩子的就是照顾小孩子的，然后呢，爸爸呢每个 星期三3点到7点可以探视，然后呢，每隔一个礼拜六或者是礼拜天也可以探视。
是的。
Yes, correct.
I want you to look at exhibit number 8. Is this an email exchange between my office and Father's Attorney's Office with the most current date of February 28th, 2022?
这个第8号的附件呢，这个就是我跟对方爸爸的律师的沟通的 email， 然后日期是2月28号2022年。
是。
Yes.
Did we offer father parenting time if he tested negatively and he returned the dog?
就是我们有跟爸爸提这个亲子的时间，然后他非常的负面的反应，然后呢他有就是退还有把狗还给你。
他没有还给我啊。
Oh no, 没有他。Oh, he did not return the dog to me.
Okay. Move to admit exhibit number 8.
Any objection?
No objection.
Exhibit number 8 is
8号的附件就是成为呈堂证物，没有人反对。
Do you have some concerns about father's ability to care for Clarence?
你有没有就是怀疑担心爸爸就是来照顾 Claire 的能力的？
我也有担心，我有2个担心。第一个他
I have concern. I have 2 concerns. Number 1, 请说。
他一直喝酒，喝到晚上，直到睡觉，他没有办法照顾儿子，这是第一个原因。
Okay, the first reason is he drinks every day until bedtime, so there's no way that he can take care of the kids.
第2个原因，孩子从出生到现在，他没有照顾过任何一个晚上，没有。
And the second reason is ever since the child was born, he had never even once take care of him for one night.
Okay. I want you to look at exhibit 13. Are these pictures of Clarence?
我请你看就是第13号的附件这个是 Clarence 的照片呢？
是的。
Yes, correct.
Move to admit exhibit number 13.
Objection, Your Honor, foundation.
When were the, can I?
I'll suspend it. You ask some more questions. Good.
When did you take these pictures of Clarence?
你什么时候就是拍这个 Claire 的照片的
？2021年的11月15号，还有
请说。
2021年11月15号和2020年10月16号。
10月16号吗
？2020年的10月16号和2021年的11月15号。
2021 November the 15th and 2020 October the 16th.
Move to admit exhibit number 13.
Any objection?
Your Honor, I renewed my foundation exhibit. There's no dates on them. There's no times. There's no where. I
guess what I'm confused is which pictures are which date is associated with which picture or?
For the top 2 pictures, is that the November 2021 date, Ms. Liu?
就是刘小姐，就是 I'm sorry, can you repeat that please?
For the top 2 pictures, is that the November 2021 date?
就是最上面的两张照片哦， 是不是2021年11月的照片
是的，
？Correct.
And is the bottom picture was when Clarence was 2?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Is the bottom picture from when Clarence was 2 years old?
OK， 就是下面的呢，是不是 Karen 2岁的时候拍的
是的，
？Correct.
Move to admit, Judge.
Any objection?
I'd renew the objection, Your Honor. I still don't think the foundation, it tells me when they were taken, but it doesn't tell me where, who took them, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and could you, I need some more context for these pictures. I'll sustain the objection for now, just a few more questions.
Okay, and who took these pictures?
谁拍这些照片的？
我拍的，
I did.
Okay, and in the top 2 pictures, where were you at?
就是在上面2张呢，那您是在什么地方拍的
在家里，
？At home.
And what happened?
是发生什么事
Alex 喝了酒之后，他拿脚踢孩子的屁股，然后孩子的头被撞着了，然后孩子在楼上哭，
OK
拍到了照片。
您再提最后一句是什么
Alex 喝了酒后用脚踢孩子的屁股，孩子的头向下撞伤了。
Oh, okay. Alex, after he drank, he was kicking my child's buttock, and then the child's head was injured.
Okay, is that the...
He was kicking what? I missed what Madam Interpreter said. He was kicking what?
Kicking the child's buttock.
Okay.
Rear end.
And what happened when father kicked the child on the butt?
就是他踢他的屁股的时候发生什么事情了
Clarence 的头就这样向下这样子撞下去了，因为他的身上裹着浴巾的，所以他的手没有办法撑地，他咚这个头这里就撞下去了。
Oh, okay. And so his head just hit the floor because he was wrapped in a towel, bath towel, and then so there's not he couldn't balance himself with his hands or anything. So his head just hit the floor.
And is that the bruise that is showing on his head?
所以就是那个他头上的那个淤青，就是他就是这样受伤的，是不是？
是的。
Yes, correct.
What happened? How did Clarence get that mark on his face in the 3rd picture?
在第3张照片呢，他的那个脸上的那个就是伤吧，是怎么一回事呢？
是 Alex 喝了酒，在公园的时候，他 push Clarence 的头 ，Clarence 在做那个 rock 的那种摇摇车，然后他 push Clarence 的头这样子，然后 Clarence 戴上了一个口罩，然后就直接就把这里给弄伤了，就哇就哭了。他喝了酒不知道自重，他是 push 他的头这样子的。
Oh, he was after drinking at the park. Clarence was sitting on the rocking cart, and the father pushed Clarence's head, and then the face mask that caused the mark on his face.
And Judge, we're just about out of time, but we're like halfway through. I had no idea the interpretation would take as long as it's taking. We need more time. I request some kind of continuance because we need more time.
就是需要更多的时间，因为翻译的关系。
What is your position on that? We had an hour set. There is an interpreter in this matter. What is your position, counsel?
Your Honor, we were set for today. My client has not seen this child in over 3 months. Our position is we need to move forward today.
How many more minutes do you have? I mean, we could.
I could try to finish in 15 minutes.
That's not going to be enough time. We have another temporary orders hearing at 2:30. If the parties want to reconvene at 3:30 for a half hour, maybe we can provide you with an additional 15 minutes then. But that's about the best the court can do to accommodate schedules.
I'd be fine with that.
Counsel.
Your Honor, again, I mean, we both knew what this time for the hearing was going to be. It's frustrating that we have to come back for additional time knowing this. We've already had to continue one hearing.
律师反对就是说，因为我们要在2点半再回来，他说我们已经就是上一次延长过一次了。
And Judge, I agree. Like, I have never had a Mandarin interpreter before, but she's talking like 3 times as much as me to communicate, and it's.
We're taking up a lot of time now. If the parties can agree at the conclusion of the hearing to have an additional, the court can provide an additional half hour at 3:30 today.
Okay. All right. And so that was my half. Am I going to get 15 minutes now, or wait until the 3:30? What is the court inclined?
You're gonna have to wait until 3:30.
Okay. And Judge, exhibit, now that we've laid the foundation, can exhibit 13 be in?
Any objection, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, exhibit 13 submitted.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I will not be available at 2:30.
I should have asked.
So they could find another interpreter that will take over.
The court cannot accommodate that. I can provide. You have about 2 minutes, counsel.
Are you asking for $2,000 a month in spousal maintenance?
您是不是要求就是2000块钱一个月的赡养费？
是的。
Yes.
How much money does father make a month?
爸爸一个月赚多少钱？
我不确定他挣了多少钱。
I'm not sure how much he make a month.
Okay. Are you asking the court to adopt the child support worksheet that we attached to our pre-trial statement?
您是不是要求法官接受，就是我们给他的那些资料，关于就是赡养费的事宜？
是的，是的。
Yes, correct.
Are you asking the court to award you $10,000 in interim attorney's fees so you can continue to litigate this matter?
您是不是也要求法官就是批准，就是给你就1万块钱的那个来做，就是当用这个律师费继续的打官司？
是的。
We're out of time. We're out of time.
Counsel, is there any exhibits that you wish to seek to have admitted regarding, for instance, financial information? Because there's none in the record now.
Exhibits 1 is mother's affidavit for financial information. Exhibit 2 is her preschool payments, and exhibit 4 is the accounts that father has not provided information for. Exhibit 5 is the surgery that father canceled, and exhibit 6 is her letter from her employment where she was terminated. I moved to admit 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
就1、2、4、5、6的这个附件呢，都要变成呈堂的证物。
Counsel, any objection to the AFI?
I have no objection to the AFI, Your Honor.
没有
Any objection to the other exhibits?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Just take these in turn. Exhibit 2, what is your objection? Other than found. Yeah.
I can see what 2 is. I mean, 2 is just a receipt for a preschool, but there's been no testimony taken on the child's enrollment in preschool or anything. So, I mean, I don't know that it really matters, but I can take testimony from my client on his objection to the preschool.
Okay.
他就是会跟爸爸商量，看看他有没有反不反对这个被称为承担证物1、2号。
The court's going to overrule the objection and allow Exhibit 2 in as just a preschool receipt and give it the weight that it's due. Exhibit 5.
第5号。
Any objection?
有没有
I
反
thought
对？
she said 4, Your Honor. But
Excuse me. Yeah, Exhibit 4.
4 I have an objection to because all it is some copies of credit cards, and I mean, this court doesn't know what disclosure was or wasn't given, so I don't believe it's appropriate for the court to consider this.
I'm not sure I see the relevance of that, counsel, of Exhibit 4 for what's being decided today.
就是4号的证物的法官没有关系的。
And then I believe there was a receipt regarding surgery, which we also feel is irrelevant regarding today.
这5号他也是觉得没有关系的。
Ms. Harding.
The receipt. So mother needs a surgery, and father canceled the surgery, so she's physically unable to do what she needs to do because father is preventing her because of the medical situation.
OK， 就是他需要开这个手术，但是爸爸不同意，所以他没有办法做这个手术。
是的。
Counsel, I want to give you one minute to ask questions about 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. Father disclosed some financial information. Did you have did you come across additional accounts where he did not disclose that financial information?
就是你有没有发现到他有其他的户头账户就是他没有公布的，关于他的那个财务的方面。Yes.
In Exhibit 4, are these? Is this a Wells Fargo?
This line of questioning regarding the disclosure stuff. Disclosure's ongoing in this case.
I'm a little unclear of the relevance here, counsel.
So, Judge, the issue is father is alleging that his income is low, and there are additional accounts that we asked for information on that father has not disclosed.
But that's all there is. Is there any other evidence regarding father's income? Is there an AFI, for instance?
Yes.
有没有其他的就是关于爸爸的那个收入的资料？他说有。
And it's mother's position that he's deflated his income for this purpose. He's failing to give us all.
妈妈觉得说他是就是故意的。
Is there any other testimony you'd like to elicit as to 5 and 6?
Okay, so with 6, is this the letter?
I'll rule the objection and allow that testimony in. Go ahead, sorry.
Your Honor, I don't object to 6.
Okay.
他反正6号成为。
Exhibit 6 is admitted.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
6号是他接受了。
All right, we're over time. Unless there's anything that's essential for the court to consider, I'm going to provide time now to Mr. Yu.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor,
Yes, Ms. Hanson.
Our clerk was just disconnected from the hearing. Can I confirm what just happened with exhibits 4, 5, and 6?
Yes, exhibit 6 has been admitted, correct?
Yes.
6号接受了。
And 4 and 5?
Let me look at them.
I apologize for
No.
that. She's in the process of reconnecting. We just wanted to make sure we didn't lose anything in the interim.
All right. And we may be running late into the next hearing. Exhibit 5 is a $200 fee to a doctor's office.
Yes.
I believe there was an objection to that, and that has not been admitted. Exhibit 6 has been admitted.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Your Honor, and I'll send an email to parties on the next hearing.
Thank you. Please proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Yu.
Mr. Yu, can you please state your name for the record?
刘先生，请你讲你的名字。
Yes.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Alex
请你讲
Yu.
你。My name is Alex。我的名字是 Alex Liu。
And you are currently married to Claire Liu?
Yes, I do.
您目前是跟 Claire Liu 结婚。
And you have a minor son,
Yes.
Clarence?
Yes, I do.
When was the last time you saw Clarence?
Last time that was in the supermarket.
We have to hold for the interpreter.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question again?
When was the last time you saw Clarence?
Last time
最后一次看到
No, no.
Last time was in the supermarket. I saw him.
最后一次是在最后一次看到Clarence 是在那个超市。
And prior to that, when had you last seen Clarence?
That was January. It keep interrupt, you know. It's January 4. I left my trip to Las Vegas for my business trip. That's the last. In the morning, I left very early in the morning, at about 7 o'clock. Our company come to pick me up.
And what happened while you were gone on that trip?
Judge, we have to hold for the interpreter.
We have to hold for the interpreter.
您最后一次看到 Clarence 是什么时候？那他是说，是1月4号，他要到就是 Las Vegas 去出公差的时候。
What happened while you were gone on that trip, Mr. Yu?
刘先
Don't
生，你最后
interpreter.
I was
We have to hold for the interpreter.
I was the business trip to Las Vegas.
Interpreter, are you caught up?
Yes. Your Honor, is there a separate number that I could call Miss Liu or Mrs. Liu, so that way I can do?
You can simultaneously. That would be fine. Yes, if Ms. Liu will allow it.
刘小姐，你有没有另外一个电话号码？我可以打给您，然后就是做同步的翻译。
好的，好的。
Okay, Your Honor, can I get the number for Miss Liu?
Yes,
So I
please
can
do.
call her directly.
Yes,
好
please.
那刘小姐，请你把你的电话给我。
502-407-1443。
502-407-1443。Okay. Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to be calling Mrs. Liu on the other line.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, may I proceed? It looks like
Yes,
she...
please. Thank you.
Mr. Yu, what happened while you were on your business trip?
When I was in the business trip, start from January 4 to 7th. And then the last day of my trip, I was sitting with our president. We finished the show in Vegas, CES show. And then suddenly I got a message saying my money was transferred. I couldn't believe what's going on. I called a Chase Bank, and Chase Bank told me that was your wife transferred the money. I couldn't believe I saw somebody that was a hiker or something. You know, I tried to text her and she didn't reply. And then I said, what's going on? You know, because I called Chase inside the car. My boss was beside me. And we are on the way back to the hotel. And then once we go back to the hotel, and then I borrowed my boss's cell phone to call Claire, and she didn't answer the phone until 10 o'clock, at about 9:30, and then she texts me. I'm saying, me and my son already left home. We are safe. And then I decided to get divorced, and then my lawyer will contact you. I'm very shocked. You know, nothing happens. You know, even that's why I had somebody to translate. You know, nothing wrong since the January, when I left, January 4, 5, 6, 7. It's nothing wrong. I asked somebody to fix her car, the front share, and asked the spray, the house. Everything is fine. You know, nothing wrong. I probably, she's just playing for a long time, but I don't know. You know, I couldn't believe that. And when I was there, I wanted to, you know, go home. You know, the night I wanted to go home at the January 7th. And then I got the flight back to Phoenix on January 8th. When I come back home, I saw the house is messed. That she moved all the furniture, the clothes all moved out. I took the pictures and I called the police that my family is missing. I couldn't believe that was the mess. I took picture. I sent it I didn't send it to anybody because at the time after that, you know, I found the lawyer, Miss Hope, and then I told her everything about what's going on. I finished.
Okay.
Miss Hope.
Now, did Mother give you a forwarding address when she texted you to tell you she was leaving?
She didn't.
And did you have to hire a private investigator to locate Mother?
Yes, I did.
And you did know that at the time Mother had employment as a music teacher?
Yes, I do, but I don't know where is it.
But you knew where the music school was. You found out where the music school was.
I checked on Google. The music school had 3, and then I go each one, and then I found one. Her pictures on the wall. It's with the violin. So he's the violin teacher. When I took a picture, I saw she was working over there, and then she wasn't contribute to her salary into the bank. That's fine. I never asked. That's okay. You know. And then I don't know where she works. She said, "Oh, I'm going to the library. I'm going to teach school." I never know where is it. I trust her very much. And then and then I found where she worked, and then that's the music. I found it. So I hired the investigator and said she was working over there.
And did the investigator instruct you to put a tracking device on the car?
Yes.
And is that how you located where your son was?
Yes. We put the trackers outside the public parking lot outside the music school. I took the picture.
Now, Exhibit 26, do you have the exhibits in front of you?
Excuse me?
Do you have the exhibits in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Exhibit 26.
26 is number 4, okay. Yes.
Is that the text that she sent you at the last page of that exhibit? Is that the text she sent you on page 412, page 412?
Hold on 1 second, please.
In the bottom corner, you'll see some numbers.
Oh, okay. It's 24, right? It's a big 24?
Exhibit 26.
Oh, 26, I'm sorry. 26.
And the base number is 412. Is that the text you were talking about her telling you at 10:41 p.m. that she was leaving the home and with the fire?
Yes.
Counsel,
Yes.
that's not the exhibit 26 that I'm looking at.
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor.
Hold on.
That's, my numbers are off by 14. It's actually, 30, it should be 40, exhibit 40, I believe.
Exhibit 40?
This is something related to an animal hospital.
No, let me look, Your Honor, because I have it actually marked on my exhibit list, and I'm not looking at it right now. It would be the court exhibit 39.
39?
But Alex, it's your exhibit 26.
Mine is 26?
Yeah, but it's the court's exhibit 39. It's, if you look in the bottom corner, there are Bates numbers. It's 412.
Oh, yeah. Mine is exhibit 26.
Okay, and you see that text, that's the text message, correct?
Yes, I have legal transfer document to translate all these text messages
Okay.
from
Your Honor,
Chinese to English.
26 admitted.
Any objection?
Yes, Judge, so I'm a little confused because it looks like it's something from a translator, but then it's Chinese. So is this the complete interpretation or is this just one?
It's a complete interpretation of all these texts. Your Honor.
Yes.
And it's actually exhibit 39 that I want admitted, not 26.
Okay, no objection.
All right, exhibit 39 is admitted.
And Mr. Yu, after you returned, did you try to contact mother on several occasions and ask her to see the child?
Yes, ma'am. Many times.
Did she allow it?
No, she didn't reply to me at all. Yeah, I have.
And,
sorry.
At this point, other than the happenstance meeting in the supermarket, you haven't seen your child in over 3 months.
Can you say again? I'm sorry.
Other than the meeting in the supermarket, you haven't seen your child in 3 months.
Only 2 times last week for the FaceTime.
FaceTime, but you haven't seen him in person.
Before the hearing, yes. Only FaceTime. She didn't let me see my son.
And in the last several weeks, mother finally agreed to allow you to FaceTime.
Correct.
And now there were some text messages or emails that were introduced previously between counsel about mother offering you time. Did she make the time that you could have with the child conditional on you returning the dog?
Yes.
And or alcohol testing?
Yes.
And did you test voluntarily for alcohol?
Yes, I went to test Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week until before the hearing, because that was what each test is 80 hours. If I drink, it will show positive, but it's all negative.
And we have marked exhibits number 22, 23.
22, 23. It was is a tax return.
44, 52, and 55. Those are all your test results, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I'd ask that all of those exhibits be admitted.
What are the numbers?
It is 22 and 23.
Yes, 22.
44, 52, and 55.
Any objection, counsel?
1 second, Judge, I'm turning phones. No objection.
They're admitted.
And at this point, sir, you've taken 17 tests, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And they've all been negative.
Yes, ma'am.
And despite providing those to your wife and her counsel, she has still not allowed visits.
No.
And your wife has made allegations of you committing domestic violence. Have you ever committed domestic violence against your wife?
Never. Never.
Have you ever had arguments?
Argument. We do argues. You know, she like to argue in front of the kids. That's the worst. You know, I don't like to argue in front of the kids. That's very bad. You know, I have too much stress on my job. You know, I work very hard for the family, and that's it.
And you've never had any police intervention between you and your wife?
No, man, never.
She's never obtained any kind of orders of protection against you?
No, I treat my wife like my daughter. Yes.
With respect to your child, there were some pictures that were produced regarding your child having injuries. How were those injuries received?
One is that was the mask, you know, and then we went to a park together with my mother-in-law and she and me, and we went there for a walk, and we walked with the dog, and then because that was a spring truck, and that is called like a spring, like a horse, right? But it's metal. It's very hard to move. And then I would try I hold my son, you know, and then try to help him to move, to, you know, let him move. And then that was the bee. And then my son wanted to you know, force, and then she was put and hit his nose and behind the big head over in the back. That was is an accident, you know, and nothing. I would never hurt my son or even fight my son. No, never, you know. That's
and
not
what
true.
about the bump on his head?
Excuse me?
What about the bump on his head? How did he get that?
Or the bump on his head, because, you know, she was saying the towel was, my son was wearing a towel. She finished the shower. I hold him, bring her out, was accident, and he fall and then hit her head, you know.
Did you hit him?
No, never. I was way to the car. If I do that, yes.
Do you believe, and now in your marriage, you would work during the day and your wife was at home with him?
Yes.
And that was just the routine?
Routine, yes. And then, because...
Now,
yes, go ahead.
Did you care for him though when you would be home?
Yes. My son was very happy every day. Welcome me, come back home.
And do you have the ability to care for him now?
Yes, ma'am, I can. Positive.
And what kind of parenting time are you asking the court to enter on a temporary basis?
I just want it to be fair, just have 50-50. You know, 5225 is fine for me.
So you're looking for a 5225 schedule?
Yes.
And are you asking to have Mondays and Tuesdays or Wednesdays and Thursdays on that schedule?
I didn't ask her any parenting time. I just want to be 50-50, 5225. That you will suggest.
And you're still in the marital residence?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have accommodations for the child?
Accommodation for the child?
Like a bedroom and everything?
Of course, yes. Only myself and was my godson stay in the home now. He can take help. His name is William, to help me take care of my son too.
All right. Now, Mr. You filled out an affidavit of financial information?
Yes.
And that is exhibit number...
$24?
37.
37? Okay.
It's your 24, but exhibit number 37 for the court.
Gotcha.
And with respect to that affidavit, is your income accurate pursuant to that affidavit?
Yes, 100%. That was the...
And you currently earn how much?
The three income, the 2019, 2018 was like...
No, Mr. Yu, listen to my question. What are you currently earning?
60,000 per year.
Okay. And so each pay period, you earn $2,500, is that accurate?
Less than that, it's about 20, one is 2,200, the other one is
But
24.
your gross income is 2,500
Oh, it's
before taxes. Before taxes, it's 2,500.
2,500.
Now, your pay stubs are listed in exhibit number 16, correct?
16. Give me 1 second. 16 was on the first one.
It's your exhibit 3.
Exhibit 3? Yeah, I know. 16. Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd ask for the AFI and the pay stubs to be admitted. The AFI is exhibit 37 and the pay stubs are the court's exhibit 16.
Any objection?
No objection.
They're admitted.
And Mr., you started heading down this road, but your tax documents for the last 3 years show that your income has not been over 100,000 per year for the last 3 years, correct?
Never.
And your tax documents for 2018, 2019, and 2020 are all contained in exhibits 34, 35, and 36.
34, 35, 36.
It's your 20, 21, and 22.
Yes, mine is 21, 22, 23. Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that 34, 35, and 36 be admitted.
No objection.
They're admitted.
And you understand that there may be a child support order, correct?
Yes.
Do you have insurance that you cover for the family?
Always, yes.
And per the AFI, you pay $134 for that insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
But you do get a credit from your employer of $280 a month, correct? For
Yes.
health insurance?
Yes.
And then additionally, you have rental income,
Yes.
and you receive about $550 a month in rental income?
Yes.
And that is also included in your affidavit.
Yes.
And with respect to childcare, did you participate in enrolling the child in childcare?
Child care? Can you say again? Sorry.
Childcare.
Yes.
Your wife has provided some receipts for childcare. Did you participate in enrolling him in childcare?
Yes.
Objection, Judge, to the characterization. The child's in preschool. It's not child care.
Okay.
Objection sustained. If you just ask the question a different way.
Sure. Was the child enrolled in preschool when you were with mother?
I did help to, there was COVID-19, COVID was, and then the mother was thinking about, she's not having the shot because sensitive body, whatever. And then that suggests my son will stay at home, be safe. And then she wanted to, teach herself. And then I also helped her mother to come here to help, for the whole years. And then I have an email over there in my exhibit. I asked for the preschool, the best preschool. The school replied to me the email. That was September. And then I found out that was about $1,000, $1,100, per 2 weeks or something. And then I did.
Okay. Did mother enroll the child when you were together?
No.
And so the receipt that mother shows for childcare, she enrolled after she separated from you and left the home.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe the child needs to be in that preschool?
Yes.
So you want the child in the preschool?
The preschool, yes. I always want my son to have a go to school. I never want to stay at home all the time. He need to go out.
Okay. Are you, your wife has asked for money for spousal maintenance. Do you believe your wife has the ability to work?
Yes.
Has she worked in the past?
Yes, she worked 10 years in
What did she do?
She was worked 10 years violin, taking care in the international school in Chongqing. That was the international, because she had to speak English. and then to take and handle all the orchestra, the symphony orchestra. And then on the newspaper here is called Apple Tree in Chandler. That was her name, and her name was on the newspapers. And she was supposed to be hired by them, by the Apple Tree, and to take care of the orchestra, symphony orchestra. And then that was on the newspapers, yes.
And she also worked as a violin teacher at a music school?
Yeah, music school, and then she took the private lessons too.
And she was paid $35 an hour at the music school?
Yes, and then a private lesson was one lesson is $50.
Okay. And do you believe that you should have to pay spousal maintenance?
Yes.
But are you asking that the court limit the amount of spousal maintenance?
Yes, please.
Are you currently, you have approximately $5,800 a month. Are you using that to support your household and your utilities and all of your different expenses?
Actually, all my financials, it's everything there. While my credit card only buy food 80%. Only buy food because that's the point. My credit card, two credit card only buy food. And nothing, even buy my clothes, nothing. You can go through all the list. And then all that expense, like 2 house mortgage payments, all the power and water and food. Actually, I make enough money to cover all that costs.
If the court was to order that she get spousal maintenance, how much do you think you could pay?
I can pay her $500.
And how about the dog? Was the dog owned by mother prior to marriage?
Okay, and the dog was, when I knew my wife for before we met, right, few months, and then before I asked her to help me to buy a dog, in China, and then which she did find a dog for me, and then I said I will reimburse to her, and she said, oh good, that was one dog, it's 3,500 RMB, which is about $500, and then she did. And then when I arrive to, we have a matchmaker, and then I arrived to Chongqing. Previously I worked in China for 9 years, and then I fly to see her, and then she was give me the dog, and then I reimbursed the $3,500, and after 1 month, her parent went to play mahjong and lost the dog. And then I make the flyer and the postcard, and then stick everywhere to find a dog. I reward 5,000 RMB. All my friends know 5,000 RMB. And then after 2 days, somebody found the dog, and then I pay for the 5,000 RMB. And that after that the document. Because this dog, I asked her to buy a poodle. I'm going to bring back to the United States, which I did, and I do all the documentations, everything, and I travel with the dog together to the United States. Only 2 of us. All right, finished.
And you had to have a dog passport to transfer the dog to the United States.
Yes, ma'am.
And our exhibit number 38 is a copy of that passport translated in its entirety, correct?
Yes.
It's your 25. Your Honor, can I have exhibit number 38 admitted?
Exhibit 38 is admitted. Counsel, it appears that my next temporary orders hearing, there may be someone who isn't going to appear. Madam Interpreter, how much time do we have with you? Would you be able to stay on the line, Madam Interpreter, if we were to extend this hearing, if the parties are agreeable to that? You may be muted. And Ms. Hanson, is that the other party just now joining?
Your Honor, it appears that mother is waiting in the lobby for the hearing scheduled for 2:30.
But not the other party? Okay. Madam Interpreter, I don't know if you're muted. If the parties want some additional time, it looks like the court may be able to give it to you. So first of all, do the parties want some additional time?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah. And counsel for Mr. Yu, what's your position?
I would be fine, Your Honor.
Okay, Madam Interpreter, how long do we have with you?
We have till 3:30.
3:30. Okay, this is what I would propose. I don't know how this works technologically, but I want to address the party who did appear, and it appeared. I don't know if Ms. Hanson can the parties be placed in a waiting room, or will they need to call back, or what's the best way to do this technologically?
I can place them in a waiting room, Your Honor, but generally it takes more time to get everybody officially in there than to just ask everybody to hang up and call back in 10 minutes.
If everyone can hang up and call back in 10 minutes, then I should be able to give the parties until 3:30.
Your Honor, can I just make sure that my exhibit was just admitted before
Exhibit 38, there was no objection, Exhibit 38's been admitted.
Thank you.
All right.
Can the interpreter tell her that?
Has that been communicated to Ms. Liu, Madam Interpreter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we will call back.
Very well. This will reconvene at 2:50.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2:50再打回来哈。OK，拜。